Hey guys, what's up? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about developing a hitting routine because it's something that when you get older, you just kind of take for granted. But what I've noticed is I know younger kids, little league kids, don't have a hitting routine, and that's fine. They're really young, they don't know what a hitting routine is. But I also know that high school kids, most of them, don't have a hitting routine. And I know even some college kids don't have a hitting routine. And usually college is the time when you start to develop a routine because it's the first time in your life that you have a little bit of extra time to devote to coming up with a routine, getting ready day in and day out. When you're younger, when you're in high school, at least for me, a lot of my high school games were get out of school, run down to the park, get changed, get on the field, do a 1 minute stretch, maybe hit a couple balls off a tee, and then go play. So there really isn't a lot of time to develop a routine in high school. But college is usually where you develop it. And I think if you can do it in high school, if you have time, it's going to make you a better hitter. But if you can have a plan so that when you go into college and the first day you get there, you already have an idea of what you want to do, what type of hitting routine you want to do, what works for you, or at least you can start trying one when you get to college. I think it's going to prepare you and make you a better hitter, get you ready for that first college season. And doing it then instead of waiting for your sophomore or junior year or senior year or maybe your first year in pro ball, the earlier you can come up with one and find out what works for you and what doesn't, it's going to make you a better hitter. So first, I'll talk about what a hitting routine is. Basically, all it is a series of drills that you're going to do before a game or even a practice that really gets you locked in, that gets your swing ready for that game. Everybody is different. That's the big thing to remember is what works for one guy might not work for another guy. Certain drills will work better with one guy's swing than another. Everyone has a little bit different of a swing. Some guys are guys that go the other way really well. Some guys pull the ball really well. Some guys have difficult time on off speed. Some guys develop bad habits where maybe you're a guy that dives into the plate, or maybe you're a guy that really uses your shoulders a lot and you have more of a shouldery upper body swing. Maybe your bottom half doesn't work well. Whatever it is, everyone's different. So it's important to find out first what your problems are, and you'll know just from playing so long that you have difficulty on balls away, or you have a tough time on the ball in, or maybe breaking balls away give you trouble. So it's important to have a couple of drills, a couple of things that you like to do that are really going to lock you in, get your swing prepared for that game, so that when you get in that game, it's just about the game. It's about seeing the ball and hitting the ball, and you're ready. You've done your preparation before the game, and even if it's before a practice, just a way to get into a routine so that every day you go through this, and if you follow your routine, you're going to get your work done, and it's going to make you a better hitter over the long haul, over the season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, over a career eventually. So I have a few videos up here, and I'll go over kind of my routine that I finally developed. And your routine can change over time. It's not going to be a set in stone thing. A lot of times during the season, different parts of your swing might work better or worse than other parts of the season. So you might add a drill or take something out, or switch something up. It all depends. It's about being able to make an adjustment that's going to help you get ready for that game. So when I look at my routine now, what I like to do is I like to get out into the cage early, and I always start off with a tee. And I really work with the tee away. So I put it on the outside part of the plate. I put it back in my stance a little bit, and I just work on nice and easy, probably about 60-70% off the tee, working the ball the other way. My first few swings, 10 to 12, I really work trying to hit the ball almost in the 4 hole, hitting it between the first and second baseman. After about 10 or 12, I'm going to move the ball up a little bit in the plate, and I'm going to keep it on the outside corner, and I'm going to work on hitting that ball to the second baseman. And one of the reasons I like to do this is one of my problems sometimes is that my front shoulder really likes to fly open, and sometimes I get a little bit where I'm swinging with my shoulders and not so much using my whole body, using my hands along with everything else. So I like to work on staying on that ball that's away and driving it the other way. And for some reason, whatever it is, when I work on these drills and I move the ball away and I really focus on the type of things that I'm going through, that I'm thinking about with my swing, it just puts me in a good spot to move on to my next step, which is front toss. And you might think it's crazy, but when I go a little bit without doing tee work, I can tell that my swing does not feel the way that it should. So it's important when you find something that works, you stay with it. You don't have to do it every single day, but you should do it the majority of the time. And I try to do it. If I'm hitting that day, if I'm having a practice, I'm going to start off on the tee. After that, I go to front toss. On front toss, it's the same thing. I work first round away. Now on the tee, I really don't even work very much on pulling the ball, because for me, pulling the ball just kind of comes natural. I'm more of a pull hitter. So on the tee, I actually don't even really work on pulling the ball. I really work on my weakness of trying to let the ball get deep and moving it the other way. When I go to front toss, I start first round where I'm going to move the ball the other way towards the second baseman for the first round. And then from there, I'm going to work the middle of the field. And then he'll mix up some balls inside that I'm going to pull. But I really work on moving the ball to the middle of the field, to the back of the net, staying away from the top of the cage or the sides of the net. I'll do front toss for about 3 rounds of 10 to 12 swings. After that is when I move on to my live batting practice. So I'm going to get someone to throw to me, and I'm going to do the same thing. First round, I'm going to move the ball the other way, and then I'm going to start moving the ball up the middle. Now, that's before a game. That's a regular season. That's my hitting routine. That's what I'm going to do pretty much every game that we play in. Now, other drills during practice, maybe in the off season or in spring training, I'm going to do a whole lot more drills. But what your routine is a couple of things that you like. Usually, most guys they're going to have something off the tee that they like. Most guys will pick some kind of tee drill, whatever it might be, a high tee. Tony Gwynn uses a really, really low tee. I've seen Adrian Gonzalez use a really high tee, puts the ball really high and inside. It almost looks like he's just fighting the ball off and he's moving it the other way. Everyone will have a tee drill that they like to use. From there, usually guys will use either a soft toss, like a side soft toss, or a front toss. Some guys use a one-hand drill, a bottom hand, a top hand. There's a bunch of different things, but most guys will have a tee, then they'll have a ball in flight, a flip, some kind of flip, side toss or front toss, and then from there, usually a live thrown ball, and that's usually how it works. You can have 1 or 2 more, or I wouldn't recommend any less than probably 2 drills or 2 things that you're going to do before you get up to live BP, but you can have 3 or 4, whatever it takes to get you ready. So I just want to go over that. Kind of, if you're a younger player, try to develop something that at a young age you can start doing, so you can test and see if it works, if it doesn't work, and then you can adjust from there. So I just wanted to get into this a little bit today, because I realized from talking to some high school players that they definitely don't have it, and I've talked to a couple of college kids, a couple of freshmen that have gone into college. I talked to them about developing a hitting routine to kind of help them get used to the college game. So try it out, see what you think. Let me know if you have any special drills, or if you have any questions, especially let me know, and we can talk about it. All right? Thanks, guys, and have a good day.